Alright guys, quick Goodwill find here for Monday night. I was up in at the Olive 170 location, kind of closer to the city this time, and I found 3 Dreamcast games. There was also a box Dreamcast there for $30, both controllers. I didn't really have the $30 to spend on it, and plus that's a little more than a Dreamcast is worth. I'd say exactly what it's worth, $30 in a box with everything, or $20 for the console with a controller and a VMU. So here's the games I found. I did pick up the games that were with the console, because they were a lot of survival horror games. So we got Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. Every CD in here is perfect. So none of these CDs have even a scratch on them. It's like some of them have like a little dust on them from 10 years. But D2. Now, this one was sealed when I found it. This is the seal for it. I had to make a hard decision because while the game stays factory sealed, look at that package. Can I honestly send somebody a game like this and say it's factory sealed when the package is still on all 4 corners, but it's ripped off everywhere? Not to mention I got it and there's a slight damage on the top there. So there's a plastic piece inside the back that I have to get out now. So I figured, you know what? The game's only worth about $30 new, sealed. It's worth about 20 to 18 to 22 opened. So why not get it open? Try to fix that back part there where that kind of piece of plastic fell off back there. So I might replace that back, just that back plastic there. But yeah, like I said, you know, this is a brand new game. None of these things have been touched. I don't know why somebody would go buy D2 and not play it. Maybe they bought it, you know, right before they, maybe they bought this and then another system came out or something. They didn't have time to play it. But yeah, this game was a little more rare. And, you know, I remember this game being advertised in GamePro near the end of the 90s. Like, when it was coming out, scheduled to come out. And I just remember it being like, oh, this creepy game it takes you to the wilderness, up to the, you know, the Canadian mountains, and there's gonna be all these monsters and zombies. And I remember them hyping it up as to be a really creepy game, kind of on the lines with Resident Evil, except it's a first-person shooter too. So there's combat and whatnot, and pretty cool. So kind of like a Resident Evil type of game, and it's D2. And Alone in the Dark, that I checked the price on that one. It's only about $8 to $10. But yeah, but that D2 is worth a little more. It ain't no Half-Life 2, but for some reason this game is worth a lot, and it does have a lot of cool elements. Like you can ride snowmobiles and plows and stuff. So I guess that's why it goes for $18 to $22. And then I found another copy of Shenmue. This is my second complete copy of Shenmue. Perfect condition. Not only does this one have the passport in the back, but it's also got Dreamcast Play to Win project registration. Let me show you what you win in this project registration because it's kind of funny. You win an arcade machine that probably nobody ever wanted in their stores. You can win the Emergency Call Ambulance arcade machine. Yeah, right. If you were a kid and you won this thing, I bet your parents were not going to let you have this thing on in the house. Let alone if you owned a store or like a Dave & Buster's or like an arcade, could you imagine having a video game machine in the arcade that's an ambulance? And look at those lights up there. I can only imagine that when you pick up somebody and rescue them and take them back to the hospital, that it makes the sound of an ambulance. And who would want that? I mean, see those circles? Those circles, that's what that means, that sound. It's a loud machine. So, I mean, if you lived alone in a cave or something, or out in the woods, that would be an awesome arcade machine to own. But if you were a youngster trying to win this to get it at your parents' house or your apartment, I don't think so. The ambulance arcade machine. So, alright, well that's the Dreamcast loots I got, and my Goodwill loots for last night. Yeah, it is 4:30 a.m. so. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Peace.